So the Season 1 Reloaded patch notes dropped early, and here's everything you need to know about it. First off, we got the global update. It says Camos, CDL, rank play, and incentive camos can now be equipped to any weapon, regardless of whether all 9 military camos have been unlocked for that weapon in one mode. Meaning that if you end up getting a camo from a bundle, the CDL team packs, the rank play rewards, you can now put it on any weapon that you want, and you don't have to do those challenges. But unfortunately, it still means that for example, you get the unique camos for the XM4, you're not going to be able to put them on the Krig unless you do all 9 military challenges. Although it's a step in the right direction, still I feel like they could do better than this. But the next thing that we have is settings. So they said controllers. The controller stick sensitivity slider system changed from a 1 to 20 scale to a 0.1 to 4.0 scale. This will give players finer control over their sensitivity values and more transparency on the effect of their changes. Previously set settings will be maintained, and then they give us a little chart of what it looks like, how the old values are versus what they are now. So for example, if you had yours at 4, it is now going to be at a value of 1.2 and so on. So I'll just go ahead and have that for you guys on screen. But the next set of changes that we have, they mentioned for multiplayer, they say we will be releasing a large weapon balancing patch note shortly after the launch of Season 1 Reloaded. The patch will address some common pieces of community feedback that we have been seeing. Here are a few high-level changes with detailed notes coming later. Headshot damage improvements on full auto weapons, full removal of idle sway at the start of ADS on sniper rifles, reduction to visual recoil, sway, and bob. So they're going to be adding to these patch notes. And then we also got modes updates. So for multiplayer, hardpoint resolved an issue where zone markers could sometimes disappear when contesting a hardpoint location. For CDL modes, dynamic map elements are now disabled by default in CDL game modes. For example, secret paths like the Skyline Bookcase, Hacienda Panic Room will be open by default. The Gunsmith got an update, addressed an issue that displayed incorrect movement speed values on some weapons in detailed weapon stats. Theater mode got a big update, addressed the issue where the HUD effects from a previously spectated player would be shown in free cam in theater, addressed the issue where the Hellstorm intro would not be displayed. Other changes such as the free cam zooming in and out, issues with the smoke grenade VFX, black screen would be present in the file of theater mode, and then a crash that would occur. And then for the perks, recon specialty bonus for the HUD edge indicator will not only display when an enemy is ADS, and then they also improved auto ping from the tracker. In terms of the equipment changes, they resolved an issue where flash and concussion assist could be awarded when hitting enemies in modes with friendly fire enabled. They did some changes to score streaks as well, so addressed issues where static overlays from various score streaks would persist. Sentry turret will now target enemies in last stand. Resolved the issue where players firing an unsuppressed weapon with ghost perk equipped could be seen by an enemy scout pulse. Addressed the issue where the Archangel launcher and hand cannon would be stowed when performing a high mantle. And then they also did an update to the lobby vote, so they fixed the issue with the classified vote option that was causing you to frequently select the same maps in some playlists. The classified vote option will now randomly select one of the map or mode selection not shown in the 2 visible lobby vote options. They did some updates to the UI, so social addressed the issue where friends were not showing online when resuming from sleep or console. Addressed the issue where offline players could show an online friends in social. For the challenges, so they fixed the issue that was preventing the Merciless Killer challenge from progressing if any of the 10 kills required were achieved with a score streak weapon. Daily challenges reduced the amount of progress needed to complete various multiplayer challenges. Camo challenges, launcher and gold Darkspine camo challenges now also award progress when destroying enemy equipment and field upgrades in one match, in addition to destroying enemy score streaks, which is a very big W. And then address the issue where the final kill of the match was final kills of a match were not consistently being counted towards the camo challenges. They also did some ranked play updates here, so new restrictions for GAs, the ARs, the Krig Model L XM4, for the SMGs, the SOG, all snipers, attachments, all assault rifle and SMG magazine attachments, equipment, smokes have also been restricted, and then Hacienda, with the return of the competitive staple Hacienda in Reloaded, the map will be added to the rank pool for all 3 rank modes prior to being added to the official CDL map pool later in December. So we have Hacienda Hardpoint, Control, and Search and Destroy. Rewind Control will be removed with the addition of Hacienda Control. And then they also did rank play bug fixes, so they fixed the issue that was preventing SR loss forgiveness from applying correctly after the player's first loss of the day. CDL mode update, Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, and Control. Dynamic map elements are also now disabled, as I mentioned earlier. And then they also did various stability and bug fixes. fixes. Now, we did get an update for zombies as well, so they said general gameplay updates. So they reduced the number of mingler spawns at mid to high rounds, implemented a max cap of active minglers in the game, ramping up until the cap is released at round 100, reduced the mingler's arm cannon health, significantly reduced the length of special rounds by reducing the number of spawns and adjusting the spawn delay rate for special rounds, scaled parasite damage between rounds 31 and 91, slightly increased damage scaling for base zombies starting around 150 to 400, addressed an issue that would prevent zombies from spawning normally after loading a save, addressed the issue where rarely all players would be down without a way to revive and have to wait to bleed out before the match would end, addressed the issue in split screen where player 1 would not spawn with the correct loadout. Terminus also got some fixes, addressed the issue where the AFK timer was not present on Terminus directed mode. They also addressed the issue with the amalgams spawn in when loading a save, and then a couple of other bug fixes for the rest of Terminus Island. Liberty Falls also got the same exact type of thing, so address issues where parasites could spawn in Liberty Falls, address the issue where vermins could end up on the roof, and then a couple of other issues with like zombies spawning underneath the forecourt. They did weapon updates, so added the Kriegsee Sog, Siren, and the Power Drill to the mystery box and the Vault and Armory, and address the issue with the AK-74, and there's also issues with some weapons having the wrong rarity displayed. For the Wonder Weapon, they addressed an issue with the alternate fire not being able to be used without the cooldown. For perks, there was also an issue with Juggernaut having the reactive armor augment, which stunned the brain rot charm zombies, and then their Wonder Fizz machine will now appear on the map when loading a save past round 25. It looks like they have also fixed the zombies calling card challenges, so Endless Barrage, Madness, Kunoichi, Sticks and Stones, Splash Damage, Liberated, Gumption, and Hide and Seek challenges have now been fixed. Daily challenges have also been reduced in terms of what you have to do to complete them, and then they also addressed an issue with medals. They did a UI update with a bunch of different bug fixes and things like that. Many of them you may not even honestly notice, and then they did some stability fixes. On top of this, we also got major Warzone updates. So first off, this is the brand new playlist that we have from December 5th going all the way up until the 19th, and then they showcased the one from December 19th going on to January 3rd. So this is everything you need to know in terms of the new content coming in. Also, ranked play has been announced to be releasing on the same day that this update goes live tomorrow. So it says it'll be live shortly after the update. So probably a couple hours, expect it maybe at like 1 or 2. Usually it takes a couple hours for them to add stuff like that. But in this case, they said they're going to be showing the basic overview. It's going to be on your Stand Battle Royale, squad sizes of trios, and there will be a player count of 120 set. They also went ahead and showcased all the different restrictions that are available. Apparently all Modern Warfare 2 and 3 weapons are completely restricted, so it's only going to be Black Ops 6 weapons. Launchers, all of them have been restricted. Attachments, all thermal optics, under barrel launchers. For the barrels, only the CHF barrel was banned, and for the fire mods, Rapid Fire and Dragon's Breath. And then the other restrictions they have for field upgrades, you got the Reinforcement Flare for the Score Streaks, the Foresight, and the Sentry Turn. For the perks, Bird's Eye, Alertness, Specialist. For the vehicles, Cargo Truck, Triumph, Big Game Bounty, and Elite Contracts for the contracts, and then miscellaneous proximity chat, text-to-chat emotes, and the Gulag events. They also mentioned that global weapon builds are going to be available, so just like a quick summary letting you know you'll be able to customize your loadout. And then as for the rank and skill, so once again, it was going to work in the same exact way that it did with the last time we saw this added, except they're going to do the same implements that they've added to the multiplayer rank play type of things. So you start off at bronze, you'll be able to get to silver at 900 SR, 2100 SR gets you into gold, 3600 gets you into plat, 54 gets you to diamond, 75 gets you to crimson, iridescent is at 10,000, and then top 250 is 10,000 plus. And then they have the seasonal setbacks, so this is the little chart showcasing what the setbacks are going to look like. Now they're also doing an update to the AR, so it says we want ARs to remain competitive long range options, so we're increasing the velocity of all Black Ops 6 ARs to help with engagements at range, along with buffing some AR damage ranges that were underperforming. We will continue to evaluate and adjust as needed, and pretty much every single AR in Black Ops 6 has been adjusted and buffed. They also even did a couple of the MW3 weapons, so the STG has been decreased, the Jack Revenger kit has also been slightly nerfed as well. For the battle rifles, the MW3 DTIR ended up getting a slight nerf. For the C9 SMG, they actually adjusted the headshot modifier by increasing it a little bit, and the leg modifier has been increased by a little bit, so a very small update in terms of the SMGs that they did. And then they also did the same thing to the Compact 92. And as for the MW3 weapons, so the Striker 9 and the static HV, they have slightly nerfed these weapons. With the LMGs, all Black Ops 6 LMGs were also slightly buffed to, I guess, match and better interact with the MW3 ones, and then the MW3 and MW2 weapons, which in this case only the raw MG, and that one looks like it was actually completely nerfed. So that's just to get an idea of what they pretty much did. Overall nerfed the MW3, MW2 weapons, and then overall buffed the Black Ops 6 weapons. But following that, they did some audio adjustments, says reduce the reverb effect volume on Urzikstan, and then they also went ahead and did a bunch of different bug fixes, which I'll go ahead showcase the different screenshots, but hopefully many of the issues that you may have been having a problem with have been fixed. That includes things like the firing range, field upgrade problems, camo problems, and much more. There was just so much to go through that this video would be way too long if I sat there and read every single one of them. But that's pretty much all that I have for you guys here in this one. Thank you guys for tuning in. These are all the patch notes. I expect a lot of videos to go over the reloaded content in itself, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and look forward to it. But it's been your boy Chidzo, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys again. Peace.